In part 2 of looking at the UK motorcycle tests, we're going to go through the Mod 2 test from when you turn up to just before you go out on the road. So what's going to happen at the start of your test? Now it's really important that you take to your test your driving licence, your CBT certificate, your theory test pass and your Mod 1 test pass certificates. Your Mod 1 test pass certificate must be signed with your signature. Now if you're upgrading from say category A2 to A or even an A1 to a higher category, you won't need a CBT certificate. Whether you need a theory test certificate depends on how you're upgrading, and that's fully explained in part 1 of our video, which we'll link up above. Now if you do require a theory test pass certificate and you can't produce it, at their discretion they can make a call to the DVLA and make a check. However, this is going to cause a delay to your test and possibly subsequent tests, and if they can't get through to the DVLA, then your test will be cancelled. There is also a clothing policy, and if you don't meet it, the DVSA can refuse to take you on test. Now we have heard stories of where candidates have not been taken on test because they've been wearing very lightweight summer mesh motorcycle shirt, over ankle trainer style footwear that can't really be described as a boot, and non-road legal dark visors. When it's time for your test, the examiner will ask for you by name and introduce themselves. He'll ask for your documentation and check it, confirming your identity using your license photo card. He'll ask you to confirm your email address where the test result will be sent, sign an insurance declaration if you're using your own bike, and sign a residency declaration. The license category you're testing for will be confirmed, AM, A1, A2 or A, and they'll give you their communication system, which is one-way, examiner to student only. When everything's good, you'll walk down to the test centre car park where the examiner will perform an eyesight check by asking you to read a number plate at 20 metres for vehicles with a new style number plate. He'll also ask you the show me, tell me and passenger carrying questions at this stage. Now we have a separate video on this which is linked above. Next comes the explanation of how the Mod 2 test is going to be conducted, and first up, yes, the ride will last between 30 and 35 minutes. That it will take place in a variety of road and traffic conditions. So expect your Mod 2 test to take in some town centre, residential area, ring road system, and some open national speed limit road that could include a dual carriageway. You should follow the road ahead unless traffic signs or road markings dictate otherwise. If the examiner wants you to turn, they will use simple instructions such as at the end of the road, turn right. So you're expected to get on with it unless you're given instructions to turn, but the part about unless traffic signs or road markings dictate otherwise is very important. Let's have a look at a couple of examples of what's meant by this. Here the signs are telling you that unless you are a bus, a taxi, lorry loading or cyclist, you can't go down the high street between 7 AM and 6 PM. It's not a trick, you'll be expected to read the signs and act accordingly. And here you can only go in one direction, read the sign and again do what they say. During the test the examiner will ask you to find a safe place to stop and then pull away. This must be a safe and legal place, and it could happen 2, 3, 4 times during the test. And you'll be given instructions on what to do if you become separated, for example by red traffic lights, or if radio communication is lost. Listen to the examiner's instruction on this, please. A final check of the communication system, and then he'll ask you to lead off when you're happy. Typically the examiner will be on a motorcycle, but they are permitted to conduct the test following in a car, but they must still be under radio contact.